We are going to come into a class today using our ankle weights, our resistance band, and our hand weights. So all this equipment is totally optional. I promise if you don't have one, two, or all of this equipment, you are still going to get a really great workout. So the band's just going to add to that extra core work. It's really amazing for not only getting the glutes, but getting your core working at a deeper level. Ankle weights just to get that extra little bit of added weight as well, and our hand weights. So let's meet in our comfortable seated position. Let's just take a moment to ground into our mats. So placing your palms facing up on your knees, just closing down through your eyes before we get started. Lengthening through the crown of your head. Let these shoulders draw away from your ears, just relaxing your jaw, relaxing your face. Taking a nice big inhale through your nose, turning your gaze inwards, drawing that breath in, and then exhale, letting it go. Big inhale through your nose. As you draw this breath in, I want you to lift your shoulders up to your ears. Holding that breath at the top, holding your shoulders lifted, and then as you exhale, we're going to release those shoulders. Let's go again. Big inhale, lift those shoulders. Exhale, releasing those shoulders. Let's go one more time. Big inhale, lift everything up. Taking in whatever you need, and then exhale, let everything melt away. All right, we are going to get straight into it. So just pop these hand weights off to the side for now. You are going to grab your band. If you have it, pop your ankle weights on too, and then we are going to come onto our left side. So I want your right glute on top. So from here, we want our ankles in line with our knees in line with our hips. We have this right angle going on. Make sure in this sideline position, you aren't just up here with this hip aiming towards your shoulder. We aren't relaxing. So I want you to literally place your hand on this hip, push it away, and then you will feel both sides of your waist activate. Draw your ribcage in. This position is amazing for your core. So flex your feet back, top hand on your hip. We're just going to open up into our clam and then squeeze to lower. Exhale to open, press against that band at the top. If you don't have that band, you're literally just imagining it is there. So creating that resistance just with the squeezing of your body. Good, squeeze, and then squeeze to lower as well. We're going for 9. So we want our inner thighs to squeeze together as we lower for 8. Draw your chest in. Make sure that hip doesn't start creeping up. For 7. For 6, re-squeeze your glute before every lift. Final 5. Final 4. Let's go for 3. Really get that press against the band at the top. For 2. Make this your last one. Hold your band open at the top. We are going to take little circles with our knee coming towards your body. So make sure your belly button is drawn in here. Like you're trying to draw a circle with your kneecap. We're going for 6. Then we're going to reverse. 4, 5. Good. For 4, this one always gets that burn going for me. For 3, final 2. Reverse on 1. Take that circle away from you. 4, 6. For 5. For 4. For 3. Remember, if you don't have that band, you are creating that resistance too. Hold on 1. Little pulses back. Short, sharp exhales. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Bring your knee in line with your hip. Now stand this leg away. Draw it back in. Stand it away. Draw it back in. Amazing for your core. We are getting that crease underneath your bum. Who doesn't want to work that area? So really drive with your heel. Press it away. Drag it in. We have 9 more. For 8, like you're stepping onto a step. Final 6, final 5, final 4, 3, keep that little stretch on the band. 2, hold it out on 1, hold this leg out, point your toe, tap your mat, exhale, lift up, inhale, lower, tap your mat, exhale, lift up. Really nice. For 10, 9, go for 8, 7, final 6, your core is doing this lifting with you. 5, 4, 3, 2, make this your last one, and draw that knee in, pat that glute out. All right, so come onto your back just for a moment to move this band over your ankles. So if you have your ankle weights on, it is over your ankles, and then you are back onto that left-hand side, right leg still on top. Arm is lengthened out on the bottom. That way you can rest your ear to your bicep. Give a tiny little press towards this to open this band, and we are into our double leg lifts. So we inhale, lower, exhale to lift. Inhale, lower, exhale to lift. Go for 10. You might be feeling that glute that you just worked here. 9. Getting into this side waist again. 8. Go for 7. For 6. Final 5. 4. 3. 2. Hold on. 1. Little opens through that band. It might barely be moving. Go 10, 9, 8. Belly button in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Lift and lower these legs. Little pulses by lifting the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower on 1. All right, come up onto your forearm. You're going to take this band off for a moment. And we are going to stand our top leg behind. Our bottom leg cuts our mat at this angle. On your forearm, you're lifting your bottom waist away from the mat. We're going to lift this leg, your big toes in line with your shoulder. We're going to inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. So squeezing your center. Let's go for 10. For 9, your core is doing a tiny little crunch. For 8, for 7, for 6, just starting to get this inner thigh working. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, on this last one, hold it up. I want you to draw a horseshoe shape with your foot. So with your big toe, you are drawing a horseshoe shape, or the letter U. We lift up to one side, drop down to one side. I want you to try to keep it as high as possible here. So just getting this inner thigh with a little bit of time under tension. Lift, lift to the other side. Keep your control as you go through that bottom dip. We're going for 6. 5, make sure you're lifting away from your mat. You're not in that shoulder. For 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. Now take a little bend in with this leg and then shoot it away. Bend it in, shoot it away. Good. We have 10. Exhale out for 9, for 8, for 7. Good. Keep lifting for 6. We want our core to be working here for 5. Final 4. For 3. Last 2. And your last one, hold it out. We aren't quite done yet. Tiny little circles coming forward. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, pop it down. You're gonna come over onto your front, and we are gonna take that band, place it over your knees again. You're also gonna grab a hand weight. It is gonna go in your left hand, and I want you to bring that band underneath your left knee just to hook it in place. Right leg extends. We are in our tabletop position with our right leg out. Square off your hips, square off your shoulder, lift this right leg up, left arm comes out to the side, and we exhale, thread that needle through, and then back out. Exhale, thread, good. Inhale, come back out. Exhale, thread. Inhale, back out. So this one is really deceiving. I feel like it is a lot wobblier than what you might think, especially with that band. It is amazing for your core. So we're going for 8 more. Make sure that leg is staying extended. For 7, the lower you go, the more challenging it is. Final 6. Final 5. My wobbles are starting to kick in for 4. For 3. Last 2. Making this your very last one. I want you to hold that arm out to the side, little pulses through that leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg there. Place that hand weight down, and you're going to move on to your forearms. From here, we draw this knee in. Exhale, press away. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, press away. So really similar to what we did on our side. We've now taken it to the front. My glute is feeling this. I hope yours is too. For 9, 8, final 7, keep your hips square. Drive through that heel just like we did in that side position. 6, 5, 4, last 3, last 2. Making this your last one, hold it out. Cross your left forearm over in front of you, your right hands to palm. You've opened up your hips over to the right. We tap this foot, lift up, tap, lift up. Good, last little push here on this glute. For 10, 9, 8, 7, final 6. Stay with me for 5. If you have that bend, are you dying like I am? 4, 3, 2, make this your last one, and close it down. My God, sit it back, release. But we are gonna move straight over to the other side. So keep that bend around your knees, just change sides. We want our left leg on top this time. Now, beware, because this might really burn. As we have already done the other side, I regret this video. Okay. Knees in line with your hips, hand on your hip, and we are starting with those clamps. So draw down, press away, lift up. Good. So you might find one side's a lot tighter than the other, especially this glute has just been having to stabilize for our other side. 9. We don't want to rock back when we lift this knee. For 8. For 7. Let's go for a final 6. 5. 4, 3. Do you remember what is coming into those circles? Last one, hold it up. Little circles towards you. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3. Reverse in 2, reverse on 1. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold little pulses, tiny little lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, we stand that leg out. A moment of reprieve for that glute. Drag it in, stand it out. Good. So we don't want the body moving too much here. It is going to move just to get that final press of your heel, but try to keep this leg nice and steady on your mat. Check that hip isn't creeping in, especially as that glute starts to really burn and seize up like mine is. Go for 7. Use your lower core to do that dragging in. For 6, it is up to you to resist on that pull in. For 5, keep that foot flexed. Final 4. Everyone always loves sideline work until you add the band. For 3, for 2, holding it out on this last one. Point your toe, tap it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. 10, 9, 8. Final 7. This is kind of the lazy girls workout. Doing this sideline stuff, you get a really, really good burn without too much effort. Where was I for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Making this your final one. Lift, draw that knee in. Whew, give that glute a little pat. Come up onto your, wait, what are we doing? We come onto our back because we have those double leg lifts. So bend goes over your ankles. You come all the way back, lay yourself down. Remember, make sure this hip hasn't started to creep in. All right, we double leg lift and then lower it down. Double leg lift, lower it down. We have 10 here. A final 9, 8, 7. Keep stretching your legs out. 6, 5, 4. Little press against that band just gets this oblique to really work. 3. This one is amazing for your lower back. So that love handle position 2. Your last one, little presses against that band. You can barely see my press at this point. That's good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on 1. Little lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Come up onto your forearm. We're releasing that band for the moment. Place it down. Top leg moves back behind you. And we are cutting this mat diagonally. If you have your leg here in line with you, your inner thigh doesn't get to switch on as well. So make sure it's angled away. We lift and we lower. Nice and easy to begin with. For 10, for 9, for 8. Good. We want nice and slow here. That lowering of the leg is just as important as the lift. Now, where was I counting wise? Let's say we have 6 more. For 5, go for 4. Inner thigh stays parallel to the ceiling for 3. Final 2. On this last one, you hold. We are creating that U shape. So your lower core is really having to squeeze here to support the inner thigh. We're going for 10, 9, 8. Make sure you're not dropping down in that shoulder for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on 1, bend and extend, bend and extend. See if you can try to keep your height here. Draw your knee in and then lengthen out at that same height. For 10, 9, use your belly, 8, final 7, final 6, final 5, for 4, we hold one more time in 3, in 2, amazing for your core this one, hold it out, finish with little circles coming forward. This inner thigh is amazing to work with those time under tension movements, so getting it to its limit. Our inner thigh is one of the most underworked muscles in our body. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Whew. Roll over onto your front. Take a child's pose. Send everything back for a moment. Just rock and sway through your hips, releasing that tension. Pull your belly button in, and then we are going to come back up. So that bend goes back around our knees. This time it's going to hook underneath that right knee. Weight is in our right hand and our left leg is extended. Square off your hips, lifting through that left leg. Right arm is out to the side and thread that needle through. Take your gaze with you and then bring your chest back to square off to the mat. Now, as you thread through, I want you squeezing into this right waist that is coming into that twist. This is amazing for your core. Good job. Really having to concentrate here or you'll end up falling. For 8, I say this from experience. For 7, getting a little arm workout here through both arms too. For 6, really squeeze that side oblique as it takes that twist. For 5, final 4. For 3, let's go for 2. Making this your final 1. Twist, open out, hold that arm, pulse that leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Squeeze your belly. 3, 2. Place that weight down on 1. Come onto your forearms. Give your spine a stretch. Flex that foot. Draw it in straight away. Send it back out. Draw it in. Send it back out. So we are back into that stepping movement. We've just changed the angle. 10. We have 9. Remember your belly, your core, your stomach, whatever we're calling it, is working. Can you hear me? Completely out of breath. For 7. Getting that crease underneath your bum. For 6. For 5. Shoulders away from your ears. Final 4. 3. 2. Make this your last one. Hold it out. Cross your right forearm over in front of you. Your left hands to palm. We've opened our hips to the left. Now tap this leg and lift. Getting the side waist once again. Last little push here for 10, 9, 8, 7, let's go for 6. Make sure you are still stretching this hip away from your shoulder. For 4, shoulders soft. 3, 2, hold on your last one, little pulses. Lift, lift, lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. My goodness, lower it down. Take your band off. Okay, from here, we are coming back into our 4-point kneeling position. So rotate through those shoulders, just give them some release. Make sure that your wrists are stacked underneath your hands. And we are going to tuck our toes, lift up into our hovered hip bridge. I want you to lift your right leg, send it out, draw it in, send it out, draw it in. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 6, 5, keep your shoulders square. For 4, 3, 2, make this your last one. Pop that foot down, but stay hovered. Change sides. Lift through that left side. Send it out. Draw it in. Send that leg out. Draw it in. Make sure you're not starting to dip into your lower back for 10. 4, 9. Shoulders soft. 8, 7, 4, 6, 4, 5. Final 4. You've got this. Saying that to myself. For 3, 2. Make this your last one. And drop that foot. Drop those knees. Untuck those toes. Bring it back. And then we are going to roll straight over onto our back. But let's take our hand weights with us. So rolling straight over. One hand weight either side. Let's just hug our knees in for a moment. Releasing that lower back, rocking side to side. You're going to take a hold of these hand weights. They are going to come overhead as our feet meet the mat. Hips in line with our knees. And we exhale, crunch up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to crunch up. Inhale to lower. So nice and easy to begin with. Shoulders stay away from your ears. If you find that you need some head support here, try just moving your chin back towards your spine. Otherwise, lose these hand weights. Place your hands behind your head. We have 8. Little squeeze underneath your armpits. For 7. Final 6. Final 5. Use these outstretched arms to get you a little bit higher. For 4. For 3. Really drawing your belly button down to the mat. In 2, we are going to hold at the top. On this last one, hold your crunch. Now, your legs are going to lift into tabletop, and your right leg is going to extend out. Holding it here, we are just going to beat these arms. Good. So creating some instability for the core. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Get up a little bit higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your leg back to tabletop, feet back down to the mat, and peel yourself back down. All right, we are going again. Let's go. Straight through crunches for 10, 9, 8, 7, really try to reach, for 6, final 5, final 4, 3, 2, making this your final one. Once again, we hold at the top. Hold it here. All right, legs to tabletop. This time, your left leg extends. Curl up into yourself, and we are beating these arms. Little squeeze underneath your armpits. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. I want you to flip your palms. From here, as your knee comes in, you bicep curl, right leg goes out, extend your arms. Changing sides. As one leg goes out, your arms come out. You are still holding your curl for 10, 9. If you don't have the hand weights, you are just squeezing into your arms for 7, 6. Exhale to draw in for 5, 4, 3. Draw your chin back towards your spine. 2. Make this your last one. And lower it down. Hug your knees in. Okay, place those hand weights there. We are going to come with our hands behind our head. And we're going to do 2 exercises for 3 sets here. So legs come back into tabletop. This time we are just going to twist our left armpit to our right knee. Twist left armpit, right knee. Draw your head back down. Twist again, staying to that same side. Draw it down. Go for 10, 9, 8. So really try to imagine it's that armpit twisting. Your body will receive the movement in a much deeper way. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, last 2. This is your final one. And hug your knees in. All right, from here, we come up onto our forearms. We're going to bring our legs into our tabletop position here. So here, we're just changing the position of our core. But if you don't love this position, come onto your back and do the same movement. From here, we are opening our legs into this diamond shape. Just getting these inner thighs one final time. Pressing the sides of your feet together. Draw your belly in. Open up through your shoulders. Send these legs out. Squeeze, draw them back in. Send them out. Squeeze, draw them back in. We have 10, 9, really having to use core control. For 8, final 7, make sure you're giving a press through the sides of your feet. For 6, we have 5, staying in control of your belly. For 4, let's go for 3, 2, making this your final one. Draw back in, close these knees, ground those feet, and we are back into those twists, but this time we are twisting our right armpit to our left knee. So elbows wide, knees over your hips. Let's go twist. Drop it all the way back down to your mat. Twist. Drop it down. So our right leg is extending, left knee is staying in that same position. For 9. Make sure your hips aren't rocking as you twist. 8, 7, final 6, final 5. Let's go for 4, 3, big exhale for 2. Use that exhale to bring you across. This is your final 1. And hug those knees in. Okay, we are on to our second set. Come up onto your forearms. Legs come to tabletop, then you find your diamond shape. Draw your lower core in. Let's send these legs out. Draw it in. Send it out. Use your exhale to draw in for 10. My inner thighs are starting to feel this. For 9, I hope yours are. For 8, final 7, final 6, final 5. Good, tension all the way through your legs. For 4, 3, 2. This is your last one. And hug those knees in, drop it down. Okay, we have one final set here. This time, hands come back behind the head, but we are going to crisscross side to side. So alternating sides, elbows wide, legs to tabletop. Let's go, curl up into yourself. Twist and change. Keep your armpit leading the movement for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in. All right, we have one more set of that diamond shape up on our forearms. So let's get going. Legs into tabletop, one final push for these inner thighs. Send these legs out, draw them in, send them out, draw them in. We go for 10, 9, open up through the shoulders. For 8, for 7, working through these hip flexors as well. For 6, so make sure you keep squeezing into your belly. For 5, for 4, you've got this. Final 3, final 2, your last one, and place these feet down. Hug your knees in, one hand on each knee. Just take little circles coming towards you for 3, for 2, and reverse on 1, for 3, for 2, and your last one. Close your knees. We're going to finish with one more thing. So we still don't need that band, but grab a hand weight if you do have it. So we did that thread the needle in our 4-point kneeling position. We are now going to take it to a side position just to finish off. So come up onto your right forearm. Your left leg is extended. You're on your right knee. If you'd like to come into a full side plank, you're welcome to. I'm going to do this from my knee. Sometimes it just gets into the waist a little bit more. Reach up through that left hand, pike your hip away. And then we are exhaling, twisting through, and then opening back up. Exhale. Inhale, open back up. See how we're doing the same movement, we've just changed it. We are going for 9 more. As you reach that hand through, you are piking through that waist. For 8. For 7. Final 6. Final 5. For 4. For 3. Last 2. And this is your last one. I want you to hold that arm up, press your hips forward. Take tiny little pulses away from your mat with that right hip. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower on 1. All right. Change hands and we move straight on to the other side. So just a little finisher here. You are up onto your left forearm this time, your right leg's on top. Lengthen through this arm. Make sure your rib cage has drawn in here. Press your hips forward, shoulders away from your ears. Let's go. Thread, pike that hip, open back up. Thread, open back up. Go for 10. Hair is all over the place. For 9, for 8, thread, for 7, for 6, pike that hip as you send that arm through. For 5, final 4, keep closing in through that rib cage. We have just 3 more to go, then you are almost done. For 2, now on this final one, finish with your arm open, little lifts away from your mat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, lose that hand weight. Roll over onto your back. Let's hug these knees in. Oof. I'm going to take my ankle weights off now. You might like to as well. We're just going to stretch out through these hips, through these glutes. We did a lot of work through them today. That hand weight can go away now as well. So both feet come to your mat, and then you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. You're going to lift your left leg up into this tabletop position. Lift up, interlace your hands behind the back of that left knee and just drawing it in towards your body. You might like to drop your head back down to the mat. You might be using your right hand or your right elbow to open up through that right knee a little bit more. Otherwise, you're down here just getting that really nice stretch through your glute, through your hip. A little bit of pressure from your ankle into your knee. Pull your belly button back. All these things to think about, or just close your eyes and enjoy your stretch. Big inhale here. Using your final big exhale just to see if this left knee might creep a little bit closer in towards you. Then gently start releasing your hands behind that knee. Hands come to your side, your foot comes back down to your mat, and we're changing sides. Cross that ankle over. Right leg into tabletop, interlace those hands behind your knees. Belly button down towards your mat, and you're pulling that knee in towards your chest. You might have your eyes closed, just enjoying this stretch, feeling that tension releasing from that glute, which worked really hard, from your hip. Releasing any lower back tension. Big inhale here. As you exhale, see if this right knee might creep a little bit closer towards you. Start releasing those hands. Grounding those feet, uncrossing those legs, extending your legs all the way out. You might like to begin to close back down through these eyes. Placing your left hand over your heart, your right hand can come over your belly. Just as we started taking these big breaths together, just to close out, just to reconnect to your body. just to allow your nervous system to calm back down so your body receives the results of this movement in the best way it can without any extra stress, making you completely present in the moment. Take a nice big inhale through your nose, noticing the change in your mood, the change that's taken place throughout your energy. And then exhale. Big inhale through your nose. Giving thanks, giving gratitude to yourself, to your body for moving in the way it did. And then exhale, releasing any tension. Making this your final breath here. Drawing that breath in for the count of 4, 3, 2, holding at the top on 1. Now, as you hold this breath, I want you just to soften your face, soften your shoulders. Notice how holding your breath is making you really present. When I count us down, release this final breath with a really big sigh. Sigh it out in 3, 2, 1. Feeling everything melt in your body. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, just having this little moment with yourself. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you again next class.